everybody, welcome back to our Edith Holden accordion book. We made a start on it yesterday during the live and we got 2 pages done. Marvellous. This one is a lovely lace pocket. Look at that lace, it's gorgeous. And we popped in, that's from the book, and I just stamped postcard on the back and drew a line down so it looks like a postcard. It's lovely, I really like that. And that just pops into our pocket there. This page, oh, I've got all my fussy cuts getting in the way. This page, it was a CD case cover, as you can see, and I'd fussy cut those, put them on there, and I'd also fussy cut a butterfly, which I put on the journaling page, the journaling card, and on the back inked it up and I stamped 2 butterflies, which I like, and then on the front I stamped another couple of butterflies because it was looking a bit plain up there. So that's that, and then when you flip it out, I've just stamped this flower. I didn't paint it myself, I just stamped it. Oh, I can see I've missed out painting the yellow. Actually I used crayons, to be honest. And it's a clarity stamp and it's come out quite nicely, I think. And then when you flip that out, you can see all this lovely collage of the page, which I was keen not to cover. A bit of tatting down there, and that's that page done. So now we're on to page 3. Okay, so I've got all my collages done for the pages. That will go onto there eventually when we've finished with it. They're really pretty, aren't they, these collages? I like them a lot. So for today, what we're doing is we're going to make, I'm saying this is page 3. It might not be page 3. I'm going to do them and then work out where they need to go, because this is a bottom pocket and we've already got a bottom pocket here. So I don't want another one so close to it, really. Anyway, what I have done is I have fussy cut these leaves out of this is out of the Edith book proper, and then I fussy cut these 2 gold hammers. Gold? I can't, it's in German here, but I think they're called gold hammers. I don't know, could be wrong. Which is on page 133. This is my German copy, but I used the ones out of the Edith book. And as you could see, they were like that in the book. Something like that, anyway, like that. And I've cut them apart because it was too wide. They wouldn't fit on my book, on my page. So I've got this yellow one and I've got this one, who I guess is the female. And I want to put her there, like that. So I wanted something different for the background, not just Edith text, although there's nothing wrong with Edith text, I love it. But I had this mustardy colour gingham type paper. Actually, it came in a set that I ordered from Ali, and I've never used any of it. But I thought this might be just the job for here. So that would be a pocket at the bottom. Then we've got our leaves, which I'm going to have to lose a little bit of because I don't just lose the stalk, I think. And then my birdie is going to sit up there like that. And then this one, I don't want to waste all of him, so I'm going to put him right on the edge like that, so you can see most of his face. Let's just pop that there so you can see what I'm on about. And he looked fine. If you didn't know that half of him was missing, I don't think you'd twig on, really. So that's going to be the pocket for this page. So let me give you some dimensions, some measurements. This pocket measures 3 1/8. 3 1/4 would be fine, whatever. And I've turned over, well, it's 3/8, but 1/2 inch would be fine. And I'm going to just go and sew around it. I'm going to ink around it first, actually, and then I'm going to sew around it. So just with vintage photo, I'm just gonna just ink it up a bit, a little bit more than that possibly. And I think it'll just enhance it a little bit. I think this mustard colour is perfect, actually. I really like it. So I'm coming in from the edge at 90 degrees like that. And then you don't get any swirly bits on your page. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, right. So, excuse me for one moment. I could glue that. Let's glue that down first. I'm going to sew it so it doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of glue, but just a little bit, just to hold it in place while I'm sewing, really. And I'll put it just on that outside edge because that's not where I'm going to be sewing. So there we are, we've got that down. Just sew around it and I'll be straight back. Okay, so that's all sewn around just with a straight stitch around the outside. I'm using cream coloured thread, so you know it's not ultra noticeable, but it is there. And I wondered if I could get away with putting some lace on the top. I do want to include lace where I can, but I'm not sure if this is the right page for it. But let's just mock it up and see. It's gonna go sort of, just trying to get all my leaves in like that, and then this little lady, yeah, I think we'll be all right with that. So I'm going to stick that down now before we stick the birdies on. It's very, very fine lace, it's really thin, which is the top, this one, the one with the fold over. So I don't imagine I need masses of glue. I'm trying to include as much lace as I can really with this, Edith. And actually probably my next Timmy book is going to be quite lacy as well. Just as a sort of point of difference. Oh, there's a great big dog at the back of us that Bobby spied. I think it's a Labradoodle. I'm not sure. It's really big though. Let's just stick that down. Make sure you've got the end stuck because that's always where it catches. Like there we go. So that's our lace down. Looks very nice actually. There we go. So next thing to do is stick the leaves on. So I just need to get them. I'm going to cut that stem off because there's no place for it here. That's the thing about fussy cuts. You spend ages cutting little branches or birds' feet or something, and there's no room for them, so you end up cutting them off. Oh my goodness. Let's stick this on anyway. I'm not inking around here. I think I explained yesterday. I think sometimes with Edith, if you ink around the bits that you've cut out, depending which edition of Edith you've got, some editions are quite mucky looking to start with, and if you start inking around them, they end up not looking grungy, just dirty. So this edition is quite clean, but I'm still not inking because I might actually also be using an edition that isn't so bright. So if I pop that there, is that going to work? No, that's going to work though. Right, let's get that down. It doesn't seem to want to. Oh, it might be all right. Just going to put an additional bit of glue there where it's going over that lace. it can be problematic getting paper to stick to lace, but usually if you stick enough glue to it, it'll hold. Let's just press that down. This is just a dry towel. Somebody was asking the other day if I used a damp towel or, you know, what was it? It's just, I mean, it's filthy now. It's just this little towel. It's a guest towel, really. And it says, Miss P makes mistakes, so you don't have to. And I use it for mopping up, cleaning up my media mat, for pressing things down. It's just a saviour for wet wipes, because, you know, the oceans and animals, they're not liking wet wipes. So I use this and it saves me loads of wet wipes, which can only be good. Right, which of these is going on first? That's the question. I want him tipped as much that way as I can, so as I get his eye and everything. So she, I think actually, is going there, and this one about there, possibly. What does that look like? Yeah, quite like that. But she is the one that's underneath. So let's make a mark where we want to cut her. So there and there. And I just want to cut between those lines. I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to use a ruler, guys, because if I don't, it's going to end up worse than it is now. So let's just line those lines up. One there, one there. Yeah, let's just chop that out. I didn't want to waste this. It's too good to waste. And I'd fussy cut it, so there we are. That'll be fine, I think. I've got a new blade in my scalpel, so it's doing very well at the minute. Right, let's ink. It's ages since I've worked with Edith. I do have an Edith trifold somewhere waiting for Mr. F to make a cover for it. That I made. That was the last Edith thing I did, I think. But Mr. F still carries on collecting Edith stuff for me. So I thought, before I'm just, you know, run out of house room, I'll make something. So she's going to go there right on the edge. Like that. Stick her down. Excuse me. Lovely, and this one in its entirety. I know a lot of you out there are Edith fans, and you'll be glad to see me doing something other than Timmy, although I will start a new Timmy project fairly soon. But I probably won't video it because I don't know if you're interested. And it's probably going to have a lot of fabric and lace and stuff in, so the audition periods may be quite long. Right, let's pop him there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. So let's just press that down firmly. Lovely. That's great. That's a lovely little pocket, isn't it? Very Edithy, but different. Edithy, but different. So now I just need to stick my pocket on there. That is a pretty pocket. So just the three sides, don't stick down the top. I've done it myself on many occasions. Doesn't help getting things in and out when you've stuck the top down. Oh my goodness, how many times have we done it? I bet you've done it as well, haven't you? Maybe it's just me. So I'll try and come up with some more interesting pages for this accordion book. But at the moment I cut out those yellow hammers and thought, oh, they've just got to go in a pocket. There we go. Lovely. Ooh. Right. Oh, isn't that pretty? It really is. It's so pretty. I'll hold it up so you can see. You would never know that had been doctored in a rather severe way. It looks right. Looks like she's just turning around to see him. Yeah, I like that, actually. Right, I have this book here, which is the Country Diary collection, and it's 20 gorgeous coloured postcards, and they're not wrong. They are gorgeous. They're just lovely. Look at that one with the blue tits on. And there are, as it says, 20 of them. These ones. And those ones. So yeah, they're really nice. And I've torn one out already to use, which is this one. Now, yes, I can use that, but my goodness, it's pretty. It fills the whole thing up, doesn't it? Which, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with filling the whole thing up with Edith. That's okay. But I just would like to trim off just a little bit if I can. The problem I've got is that it's got writing there and a postage stamp thing here. But I'm going to try. I'm going to give it my best. So let's put that in there to about there. That's fine. I've still got those words. And I'm just going to do a similar thing here. Any little bit that we can is good. I can't get much off here because of the writing. And a little bit off this side. This is the top. Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit more off there. Okay, so I mean, at the end of the day I haven't taken much off it at all, but whatever I can get off it, and it still looks fine there on the back, and it still looks fine there on the front. Let's just try that now, pocket, and see what. Yeah, that's much better. It fits in there. It kind of fills a page, but it's not overpowering. The only thing I would say about these postcards is they are very, very shiny. Look at that. And Edith doesn't suit shiny stuff. So I'm going to use some transparent gesso, if I find my brush. Yeah, here it is. And I'm just going to go over it with transparent gesso, which will knock that shine off it, if I can get into it. Oh yikes, I'm not going to get into that one. Let's see what else I can find. No, I'm going to have to wait. Oh, hang on, what's that? Gloss gel, that's the last thing I need. What's that? Matte medium. Yeah, that would probably do. Let's use that. No, actually, I want to use the transparent gesso, so I'm just going to have to wait for Mr. F to come back and help me. Yeah, no, can't see any in there. I don't think I can get this off. I don't want to smash it. End up with gesso everywhere. No, I'll just wait for Mr. F. That's the thing. So I'll pause you there, and then as soon as Mr. F comes, I'll give that a coat. Still haven't seen Mr. F, but never mind. I just had this idea. Yesterday in the live, I did one of these up to a certain point, and then I swapped it out for one that I'd already sewn around. So I've come back to this one, same size as we used in yesterday's CD, this one here, which I'd sewn around. But I've just nibbed around it now with a sewing machine, put a tab on it, etc. And I'm thinking, I like that little bit of lace there. And this is a pasque flower. I can't remember which page it's on, but I'm sure any Edith aficionado will know this. It's called a pasque flower. And I thought I could just pop that up the side there, and we'd have then an additional card to put in our pocket. So let's do that. I've inked around it back and front. Actually, before I stick anything on, let's stamp something, shall we? I've got my butterflies set out, my darkroom door butterflies, which I like a lot. And I've got a stamping block, which is a bit large. Quite like that one, actually. Let's go for that. I'm going to still have to, because the stamps are clean, but my block isn't now. So, oh dear me. Let's pop that on there like that, and ink that up. It's just, if you do it now before you stick anything on the front, it's flat and even. Flat, even, level, everything like that. So there we are. I'm just going to pop that up there. I think that's all that needs, actually. I think so. I'm happy enough with that. Stamp it off. Put it back in my box. I do love these darkroom door cases that you get to keep your stamps in. I find it very easy to keep them all together. Right, so let's just stick on a bit of lace and a flower, and then we'll have another nice journaling card. Don't know if this has got a right and a wrong side even. Yeah. I was going to put it on that way, wasn't I? Was I? I can't remember. Can't remember. Anyway, there we are. It's just a little bit of lace at the top, a bit of detail. Need a bit more glue just along the bottom edge there. Like that. That's perfect. Just adds just more detail, more layers of goodness. And now this pasque flower. I'm liking the idea of all this. I mean, not all the fussy cutting because it takes ages, but I think you get a very different version of Edith, because previously I've been stuck by the size of the pages, etc., etc., and they're quite large pages, so they're difficult to place, and you've got to cut bits out, and you get parts of other plants that you might not have wanted, or animals or whatever. There we go. There's a nice little journaling card, just like that. I'll give you the measurements of that just in case. It measures, where are we? It measures 4 1/8 wide by 4 3/4 tall, and I think that'll fit nicely into here. So where's our pocket? Here's our pocket. Yeah, that's nice. I like the fact you can see the purple, and yeah, I like it a lot. So I hear Mr. F round and about again, so I'll ask him to do that and join you again in a sec. Right, Mr. F of course has managed to get the lid off my gesso, so I'm just going to give this a quick coat, and dull it down a bit because it's just altogether too shiny for my liking. So it dries completely clear. You might have brush marks in it. That doesn't bother me particularly. I kind of like that look. Just want to make sure you get it all, otherwise you'll get a shiny bit. Then you'll have to do it again. It really doesn't take much. It also, the gesso also gives the postcard what we call tooth. And tooth in art means a grippy surface. So if you wanted to go ahead, ink it or anything else, it'll take much better if it's been gessoed. Excuse me, because of the tooth that it has. So that's that done. I can do nothing more. Let's just check, hold it up to the light. Have I got everything? I think so. So I'll just leave that to dry. And I'll see you back in a minute. Well, it'll be a second, I imagine. So, see you soon. Right, so there we have it. It's not glossy anymore. You can actually feel, I don't know if you can hear that, it's just got a slightly gritty surface, which is great because I want to ink it. So let's get the ink out, and it will take it now much better. So just in from the edge, just like we've done on all the other bits. That's looking much better. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe a touch more ink wouldn't hurt. Okay. There we have it. It's nice. Now on the back we've got this postcard, and it's not shiny, it's quite dull. The question is, do I want to ink it or not? Well, I want to give the illusion it's aged, and if that, then I'm going to have to ink it, aren't I? So I'm just going to come down there a little bit. It is very white, this, but it'll be alright, I think. Yeah, I think we'll be alright with that. I think we'll get away with it. Just bring the sort of corners in a little bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. Doesn't need any more, didn't need any less. So let's pop that in our page, shall we? Oh, that's much, much better. So that's going to go in behind our pasque flower, down to there. And yeah, that's a much better fit. I like the fact it's inked. Yeah, I can't wait to stick this in the book, so I'm going to. I don't want to stick it on page 3, maybe stick it somewhere on the back. How about this page? Why not? Let's have a look. Oh, look at that, it's going to look gorgeous. So let's stick it in. I'm using my good old collal for this. And the well, lots of reasons, but the main reason is that it lets you sort of slip and slide after you put it down. And this is a big piece, and I want it fairly accurate. So I might need a bit of jiggery pokery room, which the collage will give me. If I use distress collage medium or anything like that, once it's down. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't get it exactly where I wanted it. So I'm going to line up the bottom, line up the top, and there we have it. Yep, there we have our page, ladies and gents. How exciting. Well, it is for me, all right? It might not be for you, but it is for me. And I'll clip around the edges just to make sure that it's... Just get my towel out. Just press these bits down because I can't clip those bits. There we go. So that's our page. How nice is that? And I'm just going to clip it while the glue's still wet just to make sure I've got a good grip. So these little, I think they're quilters clips, but they're absolutely fabulous for this sort of thing. I love them. Nancy bought them for me. I'll tell you, I don't know where I'd be without them. The same on the bottom. I don't think I'd have a problem getting this to grip, to be honest. Collage is a grippy glue, but there's no point, no harm in helping it on its way, is there? So now I'm going to go and get my head round the Tim Holtz journal that I haven't quite finished yet, but that's fine. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to leave that to its own devices for half an hour or so, and then take the clips off, and we're there, we're done. I do love these yellow hammers on this gingham paper. I really like that a lot. So thank you very much for joining me. That's page 3 out of 10 done. We're motoring along with this, and I'll see you, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow when we can do another page and keep plodding on like that. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you play along and do your own Edith version. See you soon. Bye.